Hey everybody, the name's Rigged Up, and today we are watching Detonation Focus Me vs. Crest Gaming Ag, and I'm going to go ahead and hit play on that as I clear my throat. Sorry for that more than rough start there. But what I think I have decided moving forward with these VOD reviews of mine, I'm going to put the volume on for me to add a little bit of distraction, a little nonsense and sound in the back of my head to make it so that a little bit harder on me maybe. But what I've decided is maybe to just focus on Detonation Focus Me. They do have the best record, but they did pick up a loss last weekend that I didn't know about. That is why I need to look at these standings, people. I want to try and be clear about, like, typically, oh, just stay away from the results, but I can't keep up with all these games. I try to go into them as blind as I can, but what can you do? But as I was saying, Detonation Focus Me, because they are the most dominant team in the region, it might be best to follow them best I can with the kind of schedule that I have. It should give us a better idea of where the LJL is. I mean, if I had to guess, I would think Detonation Focus Me are going to likely win it this split. It's just sort of like maybe a Flash Wolf situation in comparison to the Taiwanese region. The, not the LPL, goodness. The TWS? It's gracious, why can I not think of it? Either way, Taiwan, Flash Wolves dominating that region for oh so long. Maybe now we'll probably see some deviation there with that majority of those members leaving. But TCL, no, that's Turkey. Come on. Where you at? Teams. Where you at? Gonna figure that out later. Let's talk about the cast. Anyways, we've seen the bands coming through yet. First pick already taken. Lucian, probably the most dominant AD carry right now. Heavy priority pick. Teams that are not first picking him making a terrible mistake for the most part. Glad to see the Detonation Focus Me opting in for that. We see an Ash and Tom Kench, so opting for a lot of safety in that lane. They're not even going for their solo laners yet, opting for anything like that. They just want to be sure that they can get the safety with a longer range AD carry, the CC with that, follow up that, and have Tom Kench come in. But Detonation Focus Me, they're really leaning into the damage threat that they have with this Pyke pickup. I would expect that Detonation Focus Me likely to pick up their jungler right now for steal before heading into the second round of bans here. Ooh, and actually flexing of Vladimir, which could go mid or top. I would guess top, as that's seen a lot more, but could be flex. So decent spot right there. What I'm most excited about this 9.4 patch, though, is that there's far more diversity in the bans, or maybe a lot of these champions getting banned over and over again across the regions, but we're not just seeing the like Cassiopeia, the Urgot, yada yada banned over and over again, but we do see him pick, which is kind of lame. I mean, Urgot, not the most exciting champion to watch right now. But we did in the bans earlier in the first round that Yasuo, Sylas, Jace, trying to take away some more priority picks. I mean, the interesting thing here to me, more so than anything, is the Yasuo and the Yorick, just because Yorick is such a dominant top laner right now, but Yasuo counters him very, very hard. Detonation Focus Me probably banning the Yasuo, saying, hey, we want to get Yorick if you let us have him. And then Crest Gaming is like, no, we're not going to let you do what you want in that regard. So, banning out litany of mid laners here. The Ziggs, the Karma. Actually, this is against Udapon. Udapon favoring some of those mages. I mean, that's the reason why Heimerdinger was taken away here, as well as the Ziggs. Udapon quite good at those mage AD carries, I believe, or is it art? I could be confusing that right now. I'm trying to look it up really quick. Actually, doesn't seem to have any games on any of those champions right now. So is it art? I know that there's some AD carry that seems to favor those spellcasters. He might just have it banned against him so frequently that he hasn't been able to do it at all. But let's go ahead and Detonation Focus Me. This is why it would really help if I tried preparing, but I'm not gonna keep making excuses for myself. Yes, they receive the most bans and get a lot of Heimerdinger bans. They do not want Mutapon to get access to that, or Saros, I'm sorry, it's Saros, not that. That's why I was getting confused, because Saros, strangely, seems to do really well on Heimerdinger. But let's talk about more of these picks. It looks like Saros probably going to be going with Corki for himself. Fan of the Yordles. And seems to just dominate most mid laners anyways, so he can just play whatever he wants. And then picking up Xin to round out their team composition for a very aggressive team comp from Detonation Focus Me. A little not super fan of their team composition, really. It's not very straightforward. It's a lot of go in and get them. Got the Pike and the Xin to jump in on the backside. Their team fight is a little bit strange because it needs Vladimir to sort of scale up and just burst to target along with the remainder members. So a lot of bursty damage on the side of Detonation Focus Me. They just want to win fights, win early, win quickly. Press Gaming Act, though, a little bit more of a scaling team composition there, a tad more straightforward. Obviously, added protection from Tom Kench. The Azir wall can disengage and engage, do some turret dives. Lee Sin, Lee Sin's going to have a lot of work ahead of him to get that team composition rolling. And with Urgot, I'm going to be interested to see if he can still hold up against the Vladimir. If he'll be able to successfully maintain as a damage threat, really. Because 9.4, Urgot got hit just a bit here. And I mean, he kind of like dropped off in a lot of the other regions. So either this is Crest Gaming Act really playing slow on adapting, or maybe they really feel that it's the best champion to pick against the Vladimir with the range. But Hachimeka, no stranger to the Lee Sin. He's been playing that pretty consistently over the course of the season. I think his most played jungler, actually, it is Xin, but is Lee Sin doing some work? Want to see him beat out. I mean, really, he doesn't need to do a lot of work. He just needs to act as like a protector to his lanes, allow them to scale successfully, keep track of the Zen, make sure that he can't just engage and jump onto a target very easily. So Hachimeka just on sort of tracking detail, if you can slow the Zen down in any way, sort of push back the laners of Detonation Focus Me, wait for the scaling to come in for Crest Gaming Act. Now to say, I mean, Lucian, Corki, and Vlad, they do scale decently well, but I think the front to back team fight from Crest Gaming Act is going to be a little bit stronger. I mean, we've got the hyper carry that could turn on from Azir once Ashe gets rolling with all her full build. She really starts packing a punch. So, and they at least have the engage from the Crystal Ice arrow of the Ashe. So versus Detonation Focus Me, which are kind of rely on the Xin to jump in, a hook from Pike to happen. So, although the team comp I may not like as much, it looks like the fans seem to like Detonation Focus Me considerably. Not a surprise. Detonation Focus Me being the premier team of the LJL for quite a bit of time now. Everyone just kind of expecting them to move all the way to the top, back into Worlds and stuff, go back into that cup, as it were, and fight their way through everything here. But just looking up some stats here really quick. We got nice, just pretty standard starts from both sides here. Both junglers opting to get that Scuttle Crab early on. Oh, it's the LMS. I knew that. Yeah, the LMS. That's what I was checking. That's where the... But why is the LMS not on the Wall Esports page? That is interesting to me. Very, very, very strange. Well, I can ponder that later on. But for now, let's talk more about this game, see what's going on here. Really expecting that there hasn't been much work done from the junglers. That, again, Hachimeka, he just needs to keep track of the Xin. Crest Gaming Act playing it safe. They're just going to wait to get pushed under the turret here. We do see a ping out from Crest Gaming Act already. It looks like, I'm sorry, Detonation Focus Me. May not be aware that Xin is actually there getting pushed under the turret. Sure, if Xin hits level 3, he might consider going towards the bottom side of the map here. But Tahm Kench getting very low, actually. Grendel taking a few too many body shots there from the Lucian and getting beat up a little bit by the Pyke as well. And, ooh, very dirty. I don't like this habit of junglers. Just take the full camp. Be a nice guy, you know. Just a good old obnoxious. I don't see too many other junglers, I think, in other regions pulling this off, though. It's just sort of an annoyance more than anything. Kind of messes with the pathing of these junglers later on. Depends on how quickly they go over to that area. The Lee Sin should not bother too much unless he bases right away. Same thing with the Xin. Will be interesting to see how this breaks out for these teams. So we already see about a 10 CS difference in the bottom lane right now. Not too surprising. Detonation folks may have such an aggressive team composition right now. The back behind them. And we see Lee Sin dropping that ward. And here's Xin on the bottom side. Is Art's likely to get knocked up? Nope. Tahm Kench just going to eat him up. Play it nice and safe. So staying very calm. No summoner spells used. Only by Pyke, actually. Here goes Azir in. Lee Sin on the side. He's going to connect the Q. Going to just jump right back out. Not going to be able to finish it out. Corki playing it nice and calm there. But he has already used teleport and just used teleport. So now Azir has an opportunity to get control of the lane. Get a little bit of a CS lead here maybe. Try and freeze the lane in a decent spot. Try and help him out. Getting it, just keeping it to the middle for now, just farming it nice and light. Actually, with Corki farming already. Oh, goodness. Oh. That was the camera. Okay, that was not my screen. All right, good. I was pretty concerned there for a moment because I was having issues with my monitor a little bit ago, and that would have really sucked had that. Oh, nope, here we go again. Are we going to get a pause? Jumping around with cameras, some camera issues. Saros looking very focused right now. Luckily, we don't got much going on in this game. Other than a nice ward clearing, no major action. Hachimeka, very interested, trying to find some fun stuff going on. And Luna actually dished out a lot of damage here on Saros, but here comes Xin. Maybe trying to fix the lane up a little bit for himself. Saros trying to bait Luna over into an engage onto that side of the river here, but nothing going for now. They do know that Pyke has shifted on up into the jungle. Not going to make anything happen here. So across the board, it's been a pretty tame game, except in this bottom lane where Lucian and this Pyke are getting such a huge CS advantage. Here comes Pyke jumping over the wall, but Art not afraid to dish out some damage for him. Help out his teammate here. So, but with this lack of action, the lack of warding from this Lee Sin right now, and the members of Crest Gaming Act getting pushed into their lane, they're not going to be able to go ahead and check that Dragon Pit. Going to get taken very easily by Steel. Xin, notorious for being able to take dragons very early on. And even do it at a nice, comfortable level 3 I've seen pretty often. That's why if you're against a Xin, you want to kind of be a little bit aware of that Dragon Pit area. If you haven't seen him for a while, like, oh, he's probably taking Dragon, can just sneak on over there and get a free kill very easily. But while Xin was getting a dragon for himself, Lee Sin's been warding up. He's level 6 already. Can Hachimeka use this level 6 to his advantage He's got a cup. I mean, decent option bottom side if the W is used by Corky. I would try and aim, I think, towards the bottom side. There's a little bit better chance of setup from the likes of the Ashe. Just throwing back some damage left and right here. Between the Ashe and the Lee Sin. Lee Sin get onto the backside, kick somebody back. Either start off with a Crystal Ice Arrow. One of those targets could get killed very, very easily, I think. But yeah, messing up that up a little bit, I think. I think he meant to just jump over the wall. Maybe he didn't want to fight against Vladimir there. Nation, focus me, just playing around with that vision. Man, it's just been a very slow start to this game, but are we finally going to get an ounce of action here? Okay, Luna wising up, figuring out where Steel's at, trying to steal the wolves back from him. It looks like now Detonation Focus Me has eyes for bottom lane. 4 members roaming bottom side. Tahm Kench, will he be able to keep Art safe enough from this altercation? He's getting pretty low though, and Tahm Kench falls. Ashe falls closely behind. And that is a nice, simple, easy dive from the side of Detonation Focus Me. Luna was over in the jungle, was like, haha, I'm stealing your wolves. You're not going to be able to have any fun today. And then Zin's like, okay, have the wolf. I'm going to just dive your bottom lane because one of them is really low and we got minions pushing into their turret. That's not going to be a problem for us. Crest Gaming Act, so behind the play, Azir mid getting minions, and then he says, uh-oh, wait. I haven't seen that mid laner in a while. Let's head back bottom, clean this up really quick. A ton of damage coming out. Knocking out of those targets. Doesn't matter that the protection of Tahm Kench is there. Nothing going. Very simple dive. What I want to see from Crest Gaming Act, though, is used to that Crystal Ice Arrow, not in a defensive manner like they had to. But as soon as that's back up off cooldown, Lee Sin, Hachimeka, get him down bottom side. Use it to land, I think, what would be an easy kill. You've an easy target in the fact of Lucian right now. With some shutdown gold, try and get that on your Ashe. Help her get rolling here, because they need help. Unless you wanted to just slowly, like, take it to a team fight status, nothing's really going to be flowing nicely here. Looks like the dragon coming in less than a minute 45 now. I'm not sure who it is, Inferno or Mountain Drake. I'm going to guess Mountain Drake, in that they just messed up the graphic there. Okay, we saw a glimmer of it there from the side of Zin's screen. That's in fact it. Crystal Ice Arrow up. So as we were saying, I want to see this out of Art come right out. Popping onto Lucian. They're thinking about it. Zin's going to get spotted out. So are they going to not take this hit? But here comes Pyke going pretty hard in. Crystal Ice Arrow used right onto Pyke, but that's going to time out immediately. Point blank Crystal Ice Arrow is not going to be enough of a cool or timing on stun to really achieve anything. So a little bit of misuse, I would say, from the Crystal Ice Arrow, maybe hoping that Pyke would get it back a little bit farther. It's point blank. Crystal Ice Arrow not doing much. What people don't realize too often is that distance changes that. Ooh, Lee Sin getting just barely out of that situation there. Gange really exerting a lot of pressure, and ooh, Lucian actually dropping the Blade of the Rune King onto Grendel, doing a lot of damage. Going to be forcing the Tahm Kench back here. Likely heal used. It looked like heal was used. Maybe just dropped a pot or something. But here comes Steel once more. They are aware that he is there. Azir's running his way down towards the bottom side to help his teammates push off that Zen. But this turret is in pretty bad situation. No other turret has taken this much plating damage. This Lucian really showing why you need to first pick him right now. Because of the control in the bottom lane. And Corky pushing in Azir. We're going to see another dragon go over to the side of Detonation Focus Me. Crest Gaming Act cannot do anything right now because Ashe is behind. They need to wait for her to scale up and be ready for that. While that dragon is getting taken, though, Lee Sin thinking about starting the Rift Herald. Corki is on the side, though. Instead, looks like Hachimeka is just going to be looking for something in the jungle. But the tempo of this game, Detonation Focus Me, still seems to be in their control. And this very awkward dive, long time dive, like you could have just walked over to Ashe. We see a teleport coming in, eat up the Xin, and now he's out on his own Crystal Ice Herald to get the kill onto Steel. So misplay by Steel there in a major way. Just sort of a lackadaisical approach to the whole thing. Or was roaming around the jungle, and then Crest Gaming Actor said, "You're still doing this, mate? Like, let me just wander around here." Hachimeka with a poorly timed Rift Herald take. He's going to be forced out of the pit. But he does land the Q. Is he going to be able to get in range? He is going to go in. I don't know if he was able to successfully smite it. He did, in fact, get it. And Vladimir able to Shurima shuffle his way to safety. So it looks like a disaster ended up being pretty big for Crest Gaming Act. Would not have been the Rift Herald that I would have decided to take. But if you can pick it up at the end of the day, hey, who cares? Turret plating, though, coming off of cooldown now, so they're not going to be able to use the Rift Herald to cash in on some extra gold. They want to probably use that a little bit more wisely, set up a lane, get a kill somewhere. I would still be looking towards bottom lane to pick that up. Blade of the Rune King now finished for Ashe, so she'll have a little bit of damage in her back pocket now, although she is down 30 CS, and Phage on Lucian. I wouldn't look towards top just because the Urgot Vladimir, both those champions waiting to sort of scale a little bit of a wet noodle fight, a bit more high damage there, so maybe it stings a little bit more. But ooh, Ashe actually getting hit by that. Tumpkin's gonna keep her nice and safe. So still looking towards that bottom side, and again, Crystal Ice Arrow almost off cooldown. Here comes Hachimeka. A little bit of, there's that control ward on the backside. Is Detonation Focus Me gonna have a good sense about them with Lee Sin being on the bottom side of the map? Xin just farming and Lee Sin doing the same. But if Lee Sin goes down here and if Xin can't read it, is this going to be pay off for the bottom side of Crest Gaming Act? You see Steel going out a little bit too aggressive still, getting a little bit of damage there, almost getting chunked down to half health. So if once Lee Sin finishes this camp, this might be the time for him to exert pressure towards the bottom side of the map. As long as Lee Sin does not get caught out, this could be a pretty big thing for Crest Gaming Act. Instead, he's just going to continue to focus on farming. But I want to see this Rift Herald used. Crest Gaming Act, I feel like the game is slowly just slipping away. Detonation Focus Me just doing what they want, slowly chipping down the targets, scaling up, and they maybe want to take the team fights. They are maybe a little confident that they can just go ahead and take that away from Crest Gaming Act. But on the flip side, I mean, Crest Gaming Act, as they continue to scale, they'll be pretty okay. Ooh, and there goes the hook by Pike, able to land onto Art. But that's why you picked Tahm Kench, everybody. Able to grab Art. But how many times is that going to work out for Art before Lucian's going to have enough damage along with a Pike to just burst down a target that he hooks? Layer that damage quickly if Tahm Kench is not there. Just need to be very on top of that. Lee Sin continuing to make his roams towards bottom side, trying to get the Shurima shuffle, doesn't get the wall. Here comes in, forced to flash. Thought he had the upper hand there in that lane fight. Not able to make it happen. So many wards committed by Detonation Focus Me because they kind of figured out the plan by Lee Sin here to, yeah, they want to shut down gold onto Lucian. So Lee Sin's probably going to be towards bottom side. And man, such an exciting top lane right now. I think this is like the first time that they've maybe like looked at these guys longer than 15 minutes and immediately just 15 seconds and immediately they've jumped on over to the bottom side. I think everyone is expecting for this bottom lane to be the part that opens up, waiting for one clean ice arrow to make things happen for Crest Gaming Act, because Detonation Focus Me, I don't. Uh-oh. Rift Herald getting dropped, and that's going to get canceled. Gets pulled by the hook. So all that work to get Rift Herald, and it's for naught. Nothing's happening with that. Feels bad. Hachimeka thought he was safe behind the turret, or maybe he thought he was going to be able to war jump or something. But Flub's pretty big there. Instead, going to try and take the consolation prize of the Infernal Drake. The rest of the members, Detonation Focus Me, are they going to collapse on this? They are going to push him back, scared of the threat of the rest of Press Gaming Axe team here. And Luda at half health, but even lower now, because Saros just dropping out. His ult is ours here and there. And this is actually an old school matchup, the Corki between the Azir. Corki having the safety of the W to get away, dish out damage, able to outrange Azir and stay pretty safe. So a matchup that is serving as it has in the past, just beating up Azir from afar, and Azir relying heavily on scaling up more and more and more. The first turret actually falling on the top side. Urgot getting outranged. Nap, though, looking like he actually wants to fight Vladimir here, and Eevee a little scared of Urgot, actually. Got sitting on a little bit of magic resist right now. It's going to take an item or two for Vladimir to be able to beat that situation here. But Hachimeka maybe out too far. Here comes Corki and Vladimir, going to get pinched on every side. Vladimir picking up that kill for against Hachimeka. And Hachimeka, what are you doing? Just being far too aggressive here. Grendel at least going to try and take away the Scuttle Crab, but is able to do so. Oh, just Scuttle Crab skirting along under the ground. Hachimeka, what were you doing over there? Maybe you thought you were going to be able to get a turret dive or something. Maybe you felt comfortable with the vision that you had on that side of the map, but nothing going. Another kill over to Detonation Focus Me, and Detonation Focus Me only up 2k, but have every Dragon Baron spawning here shortly. And to answer the little bit of advantage that Detonation Focus Me has, Chris Gaming actually swapping up their lane, shifting their bottom lane towards mid to give them a little bit more safety, thinking that Luna may be able to hold on to the bottom lane a little bit longer. But this feels like a bad situation. Oh, that is a whiff Shurima shuffle, and that's going to be a dead Azir very quickly. Luna getting just too anxious about this whole situation, was like, oh, I can take the 2v1. Let me go ahead and do this really quick. But oh, wait. Lucian has a dash and flash still. That's an easy getaway for him against that wall. And I feel like Crest Gaming Act just kind of small blunders here and there. Game slowly slipping away. Now a 4k gold lead in favor of Detonation Focus Me. So here's Luna. I'm not sure when he thought he saw the opportunity, but maybe he was trying to just dodge the hook, but doesn't even get close. It felt like he was sort of asleep at the keyboard. Very slow reaction time there, it looked like. Another turret in favor of Detonation Focus Me, and just Crest Gaming Act maybe just waiting on. I mean, they really can't do much early game, and it was a lot of reliance on Hachimeka to get rolling, but he hasn't been able to do much this entire game. Instead, he's been the one that got tracked. They weren't able to keep track of Steel for too long, and Hachimeka getting caught out yet again. Unfortunately, in his own jungle and getting chased down. Hachimeka gonna get hooked back. Here comes Steel to get the kill. Hachimeka, that jungle is not yours, and maybe you should consider not playing Lee Sin anymore. People seem to be onto your tips and tricks in the jungle with that guy. And gonna get smacked out of there. More control over to the side of Detonation Focus Me as they commit many members with a full team to the mid lane. Crest Gaming Act not going to be able to react. They do not have the wave clear right now to deal with this. Art getting very low, almost falling to the Vladimir there, who's just going to sing Queen Pool away. So that is 3 turrets now. Detonation Focus Me now looking to get some vision onto the Baron. Mixed Dragon does not spawn for another 2 minutes, but a lot of map belonging to Detonation Focus Me. Chris Gaming Act, you gotta find some way to get in here. I want to see that Crystal Ice Arrow. I keep saying it over and over again, but I want to see it pick out a target, clean up, offset a fight, make it 4v5, win a big old team fight for yourselves. That Urgot, he's got Black Cleaver for himself. He's got some magic resist against the Corki and the Vladimir, so he should be plenty safe. But any member that gets out on Crest Gaming Act side, they have to be so concerned about the threat of this Pike showing up, and we saw it there, like how scared they were about even being up in the wave just a tad bit, having to dash away. And now it looks like Urgod's out on his own. He's going to get knocked up, and here comes Lucian and Pike. We see a teleport coming in, but this looks like Urgod's dead. And Chris Gaming Act reacting, but 4 members of Detonation Focus Me. Ash slowly making her way towards the other side of the map. Vladimir pushing on the other side of the map right now. And are you going to get caught up? Thank you so much for dropping that control board instead of just face checking that, because that would have been horrifying. But you know what Art could have done instead of using that ward? Could have used Hawkshot, which we have not used at all. And now we see engaged onto Azir, and he disappears, trying to do a Shurima Shuffle, but achieves nothing. We see a lot of damage going on to Grendel. Pops the gray health bar. Crystal Ice Arrow finally used. Art getting hooked in yet again. Detonation Focus Me not concerned about diving at all or the turrets around them. Gonna get another kill for them. So that's 3 members that were dead at that point. And Chris Gaming Act, Urgot just responding. But Detonation Focus Me full control. And now they're gonna just call it and say, hey, we're doing damage here. Let's go ahead and start this Baron. They're too far behind now. We've got the items. We've got the damage. Let's go ahead, just take this Baron for ourselves. Call it a day. We got Lee Sin on the backside. Corki popping over the side of the wall, though, and they almost kill Lee Sin. Vladimir teleporting on the backside. Hachimecha trying his best to stay alive, but he's going to fall again. Detonation Focus Me was like, oh, the jungle is on the other side. Yeah, let's go and kill him. And now Grendel going to be falling. Pike going to pick that up for himself. Goodness gracious. Crest Gaming Actor getting torn apart here. Detonation Focus Me with full control. Not getting challenged really on any front right now. Let's go ahead and see that again. Luna getting knocked up, says, all right, it's time to fight. Gets hooked back, but just gets the Azir wall out. Grendel getting low. Art not respecting the hook of Pike. Still comes through. Even though the Crystal Ice Arrow did land, the animation already been going through on that ulti. And now Nap is out too far. It's just left and right. Crest Gaming Act, you got to pull together here. You got to focus on scaling up. You're getting really unfocused. But I gotta say, I think this game is over with a 10k gold lead. Baron now the pockets of Detonation Focus Me. We do not have a timer for that, but they are getting split push now. Multiple members on the side lanes here. That pressure, that's multiple waves getting brought up to different turrets. Detonation Focus Me splitting the power of Crest Gaming Act, and Crest Gaming Act fully aware that they cannot deal with the damage from this Lucian, the Pike, and the Xin. If any one target is out on their own, they are going to die. More and more turrets falling in the favor of Detonation Focus Me. Anything on Detonation Focus Me, the only thing that they are really concerned about this game is the fact that it's not perfect. Steel falling at that earlier in the game. Pretty unfortunate. Could have had that perfect game, but I think they're going to be A-okay if they can finish this game out within the next 5 minutes, which I do think is very likely, as we just see Crest Gaming collapsing under the pressure from Detonation Focus Me. Hachimecha, Crystal Ice Arrow. Can we get anything from these guys to start out a fight? Steel getting very low, but nothing going on. Vladimir flashing forward. Art already very low. Here comes Detonation Focus Me coming into tearing apart. Nap getting a kill for himself onto the Corki. Nap doing what he can, using the stopwatch for himself. Eevee getting pretty low there. Going to stopwatch himself. Hachimecha getting baited in, though. And now it looks like Hachimecha is out on his own. Lucian going to be dashing over to get the Azir for himself. Lee Sin falling on his own now. It is just Tom Kench out on his own. Detonation Focus Me cleaning this game up. They do not care about turrets. They were more than far enough ahead. 2 members lost. They don't care. They're just going to finish this game up. Crest Gaming Act buckling under the pressure exerted from Detonation Focus Me. They had nothing going for themselves in this game. They have got a lot of work ahead of themselves if they want to get rolling here. And maybe need to start with putting Hachimecha on a different champion is what I'm going to say about that. But using the Crystal Ice Arrow maybe a little bit better. We didn't see Hawkshot, rarely used. Maybe I missed it on the map but I feel like they could have done a little bit better job of using that resource for the Hawkshot to keep track of Xin more or continuously, keeping control of that bottom lane. I mean, even still, the Lucian exerted so much control over that bottom lane along with the Pike. I don't know if Ashe is the right answer there, but need to at least come together using the Ashe and the Lee Sin maybe in better conjuncture with engaging, be a little bit more frontal with the engage. Whoa, what was he doing over there? But good on Detonation Focus Me. Main reason that they're #1 team. I do want to see them challenged. I might actually go back and do a cast of the game that they lost, see where their weaknesses are, because it just feels like at this point that it's kind of hard to figure out where their weaknesses are. If they just kind of win, I mean, this feels like they just slowly pushed against the Crest Gaming Act and just won. They're making good moves, but is it enough for the world stage? But anyways, thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to go ahead and work on all the other things I got to work on for this whole wedding shebang. But anyways, thanks for listening. Bye.